Good morning. Welcome back to Pastor's Morning Walk. I was surprised to find on my camera this orange dust this morning, and then I remembered I used it to take a little video of our progress in our garden yesterday. And as is common in North Carolina, gardening, when there's any moisture at all in the ground, always creates a reddish orange mess. Wherever you go, all over your feet, all over your hands, all over the floor. Here in the Piedmont of North Carolina, we have this red clay soil, which I love, but does present its challenges. So anyway, I'll clean off the camera in a moment. But we, this morning, heard in chapel from Proverbs 25:26 that the righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a polluted fountain and a corrupt spring. That is, when you see a man, at least outwardly known for righteousness, and he yields under pressure from the wicked or from the devil or from his own flesh, it's like going to a water fountain and expecting clean, cool water and getting a mouthful of salt water, or getting water that tastes right, but in the end proves poisonous. Well, this should be a warning against hypocrisy, against failure, and a call to fortitude, that we would stand firm in an evil day. And as Paul says, quit ourselves as men, that is, as faithful, strong soldiers, being strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. This evening, I will preach on Amos chapter 8, verses 11 and 12, which speak of a famine of the words of God. It is warned to northern Israel that God will take away from them the preaching of the word. This is a threat that's worse than any physical famine, because as physical bread is necessary for physical life, so God's word, being the spiritual bread, is necessary for spiritual life. And even if you have physical life, to not have spiritual life means you don't have God. You are without God, without hope in the world, without salvation, and will therefore go to spiritual ruin. And this describes not only what happened to northern Israel when they were exiled and had no prophets, no priests, no word, and, for all we can see, no return to any of those blessings, as Judah had through its exile, in the testimony of faithful prophets like Jeremiah, who wrote to them, or like faithful men like Daniel, who kept the candle of the word alight even in Babylon. They had no Ezras and no Nehemiahs in the northern kingdom to lead them in a reformation. But they were lost and without the word forever. And so God threatens to all who have the word and yet abuse it, neglect it. And this would apply very much to America today. And this is not just a threat of future judgment. It is a statement of present judgment. Churches are few and far between, especially in some places of our country. And even in a place like North Carolina, where we have, it still seems, a church on every street corner, the churches are emptier than ever and more corrupt than ever, so that even the bread that is served on the spiritual tables here is full of poison. And even in places where it has less poison, it has far less nutrition than it used to. The preaching is not strong and faithful and convicting and applicatory. And the spiritual state of our people proves this. They're weak. They're gaunt. They're unhealthy. They're afflicted with all sorts of ailments which could be solved by better diet. And people are dying. Many are dead for lack of spiritual nutrition. This should make us mourn. It should humble us, and it should stir us up to seek the remedy in spiritual sowing and reaping and producing of bread and consuming of good bread. This should be one more motive to pray to the Lord of the harvest that he would send laborers into the harvest. Because if we don't have men to preach the word, we'll never have the word. And we'll never eat, and we will never live. Pray for our nation. Pray for its churches, that God would end the famine of the word that we are under, and he would feed us with the finest of the wheat. May the Lord bless you today.